Good Saturday morning. We are live here at Allied Ford Lincoln on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Let me be specific. We are at 2002 Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. It is the Coffee Coaches Show. Dennis Weaver here with you until 11 o'clock. Trey Paris, let's get his mic up. Trey Paris, the sales manager here at Allied Ford Lincoln, joins us. Good morning, Trey. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. It looks like back off to our, what is that? Is the east? Some rain clouds building back in there. Rainy day, so people, it's going to be too wet to go to the fair, right?
That's right. You can't go to the fair. You can't do any yard work. That fall grass seeding and all that stuff. Perfect day to come by car.
Yeah, and that would be what I would suggest for each and every person to come on out here to Allied Ford Lincoln on the Hillsborough Boulevard. You got a lot of great deals and a lot of new cars pulled up out front, and a lot of pre-owned vehicles. So what would you say are some of the best deals you got going for you today?
Well, absolutely one of the best deals, without a shadow of a doubt, is the 0% that's still going on a lot of new vehicles, including the 15 F-150 through the end of the month. So Wednesday's it, and come take advantage of that. That makes an expensive car very affordable when you can do 0% for 72 months. You just mentioned we got a lot of new cars out front. We bought a lot of program cars, traded for a bunch of stuff this week. Great selection. No matter what you're looking for, we should have it. But we also traded for something we haven't had in a very long time.
What's that?
That is the well-loved, well-respected 7.3 liter diesel truck.
Oh, wow.
This is a 2002 crew cab, 350 dually, automatic, four-wheel drive. It's not beat up. It's not wore out. This truck looks as good as you could ask an O2 truck to look. Runs as strong as you could ask it to run, and great condition. So that thing will sell today. It's sitting out by the road. The right person will drive by, see it, and if you're listening to me and interested in that thing, you better come check it out.
If you got anything to pull, it'll pull a bulldozer out of the mud hole, wouldn't it?
It sure will. It sure will. And I think it's got a little bit of a leveling kit. You know, the front end's been picked up and leveled off. It's got some real good aggressive looking tires on. I mean, the truck is sharp as can be.
And that'll be great for anybody that just wants to get up over the traffic around them, or if put it to work as a work truck. It's about the prettiest work truck I've seen.
Absolutely.
What else you got going on today, Trey?
We just helped sell a bunch of cars and shake a bunch of hands today.
All right. It is 2002 Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Allied Ford Lincoln, right across the street from the luxurious budget motel. You know their motto. It is, at least we're not the truckers in. That is Allied Ford Lincoln on the Hillsborough Boulevard. I want to send a couple of shout outs going out. The Coffee County Middle School volleyball team is in action today at Warren County. The Special Olympics football team is in Nashville. They've got two teams playing up there, so good luck to them as flag football taking place in Nashville with Special Olympics. And Westwood Rockets soccer team, their season came to a close last night. Great season for the Lady Rockets of Westwood. We'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, Ryan Sokowski, Coffee County Central High School football, with us on the Coffee Coaches Show. Back live at Allied Ford Lincoln, Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Dennis Weaver, Will Davis, Christine Weaver. Lance is here. He's videoing. So if Sokowski's here, then you know that means that it's a special event and we video.
Oh yeah.
Turn Coach Ski up. You don't want to make him mad. He'll make you do push-ups and get in the sand pit. Good morning, Ski.
What's going on with you?
Just living life, brother. It's just putting one day after another here. Tough night last night, but I think it goes without saying that's the most talented team we've seen this year, isn't it?
I mean, they're the second-ranked team in the state for a reason.
Yeah.
You equate it to, they have 120 on their roster, on their 10 through 12 roster, and then another 57 on the freshman roster. In the entire second half, we played four freshmen. Not played four freshmen were on the field defensively out of 11. And it's a great program they have, and they're very well established. And, we roll up in buses from 1999, and we get to go into their indoor facility to do pregame warm-ups. So, you know, I better leave it at that.
Yeah, it's a little different world right there, isn't it?
Slightly. Slightly. I mean, when you talk about overall commitment
Yeah.
to you know, a program, we're light years behind
Yeah.
the Murfreesboro schools right now, and that's something that, you know, we have to push forward and get there. It's just not going to happen overnight.
Right, and I tell you what, let's do. Let's be real about this. It is getting better. The commitment is getting better, but folks can't sit back at this point and say, okay, we've done more, because there's so much more to do, I guess is what I'm saying. We're closing the gap, but we haven't closed the gap.
Yes, as far as mindset goes,
Yeah.
the gap's being closed.
Right.
We just, you know, we just have to find a way to close it more. We
Yeah.
have and what the answer is there, I have no clue yet. But I feel, you know, as far as the program goes, as bad as, you know, you feel and you beat yourself up over, you know, the outcome last night, we've done a lot of good things this season, and we're gonna do a lot more good things this season, and we're doing it with less,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, it's disappointing to go out and you say not have an answer, but that is it. We didn't have an answer. We didn't have, you know, we don't have the cats that they have, and you know, all we can do is go out and fight, and by God, maybe we throw one haymaker that lands, and if it does, you know, then you're battling, and we didn't have that haymaker.
But you did get a good start. You get a stop right there, right off the jump, and short field, and you know, but their defense stifles you, blocks the field goal, and that kind of got the ball rolling. But it could have been worse at the half if a freshman, Andrew Mahaffey, doesn't get the pick. And
Sure.
you were talking about how that he played a good game.
Absolutely, and I'm very proud of our defense. Defensively, they give us 2 turnovers inside Oakland's 30. You know, we had a kick return inside their 30. You know, we had opportunities. We had field position. You know, I take responsibility offensively. Just did not put the guys in a good position. I take full responsibility for that to you know, move the ball and get us in the end zone. But you know, I thought the game plan we had defensively was right on track with what we wanted to do. They had to use big plays to beat us, and we go into a game versus an opponent like that expecting them to hit a few big plays, and that's what happened. And you know, you think if we convert on just two of those, you know, after turnovers, you're talking about a game that's, you know, maybe 28-35 to 14-21. You know, you just the what ifs, and the matter of fact is, you know, I didn't put the team in a position to be successful.
Well, let's don't. I mean, still, like you said, game planning. The defensive game plan was good. It's just that I talked to Will as we were setting up the equipment, and he was talking about how that not only were they big up front, they were so quick and fast off the ball, and those are kind of things that it's hard to X and O out of.
Well, still, you try to put the kids in the best position, and that's ultimately it falls back on me. I know we talk about Jimmy's and Joe's, and they certainly had more, but you know, you sit there, you know, the day after, and you say, well, what could we have done better? And
you apply that to Cookville coming up.
And we do, and we do.
Cookville got a running back that's I think he's got 1,200 yards already, or 1,400 yards, 1,300 yards maybe after 6 games. I think it's safe to say Cookville has, especially under Jimmy Maynard, have tried to develop a physical presence and a physical offensive game plan. I'm sure that Matt's already cutting their film all to pieces. Defensively, looking at them defensively, what are they going to try to do to you, or what are they going to, what challenges do they present to you defensively?
I mean, any team we face from here on out is going to be a challenge. They run very similar to what we saw this week and then last week versus Riverdale. We're going to see a three-man front, and we have to find a way. If I'm Cookville, I'm looking at film and I'm saying, you know what, I have 4 techniques, which for people that don't know football too well, I mean, they line up inside eye of the tackles and they slant, and that absolutely killed us last night.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there saying, you know what, looks like a good game plan. Although, no disrespect to Cookville, those guys are not the same ones we saw last night.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll have an answer for it, and we'll go out this week. We'll practice, what we need to, and just try to get back to the basics. And again, last night's not a measuring stick by any means of where our program is. It's we went up into. We went to a gunfight with a knife.
Yeah.
And, that's not a good way to go.
Well, I think MTSU beats Vanderbilt coming up real soon. But if MTSU couldn't show up, Oakland could give Vandy probably a pretty good game, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Not win. I'm not saying that, but they would handle. I mean, they would handle themselves pretty well.
They're a very talented program. And, Coach Creasy obviously inherited a good program to go into this season, and they're still. The sad part is they're still trying to find an identity on offense.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and again, no disrespect to anybody within our region, because we still have to face Cookville, Blackman, Warren County Siegel. Both those are 0-5, 0-6.
Yeah.
There's a lighter two, but I see the team we faced last night versus Maryville. In the semifinals.
Yeah, that's a very, very talented team. All right, let's go back just a little bit, and I apologize for not having you on more frequently, but big win over Walker Valley on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids, you did it as a business trip. You went down, walked through at UTC, you go on over to Cleveland, you beat them with a big second half on their field. That's got to show maturity and growth.
It does. It really does. And I know I'm not going to sit here and be negative about one game last night. We've done a lot of great things this season. That went over Walker Valley. The kids did what they needed to do. Overcoming, I say adversity. Just we had the hour and a half lightning delay, and you come out and you score on the first play. We had to get into rhythm a little bit, and then to go do that was very satisfying. And then we come back home last week and give Riverdale everything that they could handle, and just came up short. We had the opportunities, and again, that's why you play on Friday nights.
That's another first down here or there, and
Sure.
you're looking at touchdowns and winning by 2. I will say this, and this is what I'm hearing from coaches talking about you. You kids are playing hard. Whistle to whistle. First kickoff to the last horn. Those are the kind of things that, regardless of the win-loss record, you've got to get that right before any of the rest of it will take place, right?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as the kids are playing to the best of their ability, and that's what we preach to them. You're playing to the best of your ability. You're competing, from start to finish. That's all we can ask. I mean, what do you gauge success on? Is it a number on the left side or the right side? As far as wins and losses, or do you gauge it on, kids becoming men and kids becoming? So again, after a loss, you sit and you say, "Oh, why the heck do we do this?" And then you watch on Saturdays and you see kids, can't wait to see some of my former players, and you see a kid like Cody Howes come back
Yeah.
last night, and Cody's starting, punt return and kickoff returner for the Grange down in Georgia. And not just the kids on the field. There's so many messages I get on Facebook from kids who even quit after a year or two playing for me, saying, I don't realize, or I didn't realize at the time, but what you taught me to become a man. So those are the things you measure success on, in my opinion. And as blind as I want to be today, after last night's score, it's still those kind of things. It puts it in perspective why you do it, and we'll keep battling. And that's who I am. That's who. Or that's the staff we have. That's the team.
And that's the team you're developing. I
That's
think
right.
that is
We're
the team that
battle. That's
they're
exactly
a whole lot better. And I'm not disparaging anybody that's on last year's team or not on last year's team.
No.
But I mean, it is a growth process, and the more people buy in, the easier it is for somebody to buy in.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Listen, I know you're covered up with a million things. You got to go. You got to go eat here in
Yeah.
just a few minutes, and I just want to let you know I appreciate your time as always.
Appreciate you as always, man.
And I hope we're a team in some aspect. I want to be the guy standing up and saying, "Hey, he's doing the right things." And if you need that platform to stand up and shout for your kids, I'm always here, brother.
Hey man, you rock it. You're a bigger rock star than me. You know that already.
No, I don't. But I appreciate you spending time with us and treating me like a rock star. How about that?
Hey,
All right.
we'll take it, baby.
All righty. Ryan Sokowski, head coach of the Coffee County Central High School football team, joining us here. Thank you so much, Ski. Good luck. Go get Cookville. Go whip Cookville's stuff.
Hey,
You're on. Go.
it won't be from a lack of effort. We'll
All
put it that
right.
way. So
All right.
that's the game plan. We'll go rock it, baby. We'll get it done.
All right. Coffee County Middle School volleyball is up next. Laura Cotton and her bunch is here. Live at Al White Ford Lincoln on the Coffee Coaches Show. Back live at Al White Ford Lincoln on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. It is the Coffee Coaches Show. Laura Selvog, whose lovely voice you just heard a moment ago, joins us here on the Coaches Show. Happy birthday a couple days. Is it a day early? Is your birthday tomorrow?
A day early. It is tomorrow. 26. Always.
There it is. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was looking this morning and I told my wife, I said, please help me remember that it's, I almost called you Laura Cotton, that's Laura Selvog's birthday tomorrow, and she did, and so.
Well, thank you. Thank you for noticing.
Wives are great, aren't they?
They are. They are.
Middle
I'm
school
one of them.
volleyball, third season?
Third season.
Great year this year. I know
Fantastic year.
I know that there was a couple of games that you lost that you weren't real happy with how you played, but really, it looks like each and every year you're stepping up the competition level and the success rate.
We do see different teams every year, and so it's not something that you can really scout for, get used to, learn a coaching pattern, those kind of things. So every year is a whole different beast. And so yeah, we have done really well this year. We lost 3 and won the rest, won a tournament. These girls are fantastic.
Yeah, you started out great. Not only do you win the preseason tournament over Coffee County Middle School, but your JV finishes 3rd.
It's amazing.
And if you hadn't paid off Coach Pack to lose, you would have gotten beaten by them in the finals, wouldn't you?
I'm pretty sure we had already decided we were going to forfeit. I wasn't going to allow them to play each other. I don't know that would have been healthy competition for the rest of the season. So we had already made that decision. So I think they stepped out gracefully so that we didn't have to play them.
Well, Mama, you got a visitor right there. Let's meet these ladies that are with us. Is that mic on? We've got Maddie Harriman. Good morning, Maddie. How are you?
Good.
What position do you play?
I'm a setter.
You're a setter. Okay. Amanda Mukai. Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
You are an outside hitter?
Yes,
Oh.
and a setter.
Okay, and a setter. Sarah West. Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
morning. Good.
What in the world are you? Besides a West.
That's good. I play front row most of the time, outside hitter.
Okay, outside. And Keely Hillis. Good morning, Keely. How are you?
Good morning, I'm doing good.
And you're an outside or middle hitter? You're a middle hitter mostly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you guys, have you all, I know, Sarah, you played volleyball before you transferred over to middle school this year, but
Yes, sir.
but you've played volleyball for how many years, Sarah?
3 or
3 years? All right. And girls, how about you? How long have you played volleyball?
I played it for 2.
Two, Keely? 2 years. So you just started at the middle school under Coach Selvach and Coach Pack, and you've developed pretty strong. Is she taught you? I mean, when you first got around volleyball, and I will say this: how you guys move from the time before the serve until after the serve always confused me. And it seemed like everybody knows what to do. Was that confusing to you when you first saw volleyball, Manny?
Yes, sir.
Amanda, how long does it take to kind of learn what to do there? Get used to it.
Well, after like the first 2 games, you start getting the hang of it.
Do you? Keely, do you normally play them at the same position all the time? And so the rotation, you just got to learn 6 setups, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's pretty easy to catch up on after a while.
Sarah, you came up here and you played, I guess, in Alabama, right?
Yes, sir.
Was it a lot different? Was there any big differences between there and here?
Not really. I mean, we pretty much are the same. We run the same plays and stuff.
Okay, so when you got up here, you didn't say, oh, that's totally different than the way we did it.
No, sir.
All right, good deal. Well, that's gotta feel good, Laura. It seems like that you're doing the things that everybody else does.
I had a great coach to help me out when I first got started, and I listened very carefully, took notes, and tried to do my best to watch videos and learn the best that I could.
And I think it's working.
I think it's working.
All right, it's time. The season's over, and she told you how proud she was of you guys, I guess, right?
Yes.
And that was last Saturday, right? I forgot all about it. I was going to come take pictures, and I guess I'm just old or
We
whatever.
had a wonderful, I think it's one of the most fun get-togethers that I've experienced. They were awesome. The parents were awesome. We just had an all-around good day. It was a beautiful day in the park. They played some cornhole and took some pictures and ate some cake, and it was a beautiful day.
All right. Who's the most competitive one of you 4 on the volleyball court?
Me.
Sarah? Okay. Who's the most competitive one at cornhole?
Me.
Okay. Keely just owned it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Me. That would be me. Are you the best cornhole player, Keely?
I beat her. I believe so. So I was teamed up with Sarah and she couldn't make anything.
Oh, okay.
I had a bad day.
Okay. All right. So you were pulling an anchor is what I'm hearing, Keely. All right. Well, that's, did the Coach Selvog, did she play cornhole with you guys?
No.
Because then they would have seen the most competitive.
Were you, if she played, do you think, what do you guys have to do for punishment? Do you do sit-ups or push-ups or gassers? What do you do?
Well, sometimes we run.
Yeah.
Star jump. Yeah, star jump. We do like
Star drops. Okay. Would you think if you had playing cornhole, do you think she'd have made you do that?
I don't. I hope not.
Okay, let's discuss what a star jump is.
Yeah, star jump.
It is when they lose or they do something bad, they have to jump. They have to throw their hands up, their feet out, and yell, "I'm a star."
Okay.
So that's their punishment. So if that gives you any indication, they look like these little Nintendo creatures jumping up and down.
Wow. Okay. The season's over. You got you finished with a good record, as we talked about there. Girls, how many of you are planning on or trying or thinking about playing high school volleyball?
I am.
So that's 100% yeah.
That's 100% yes.
Yeah, all right, good deal. And I know that Coach Taylor, he's a little busy today. He's doing a tournament today in McMinnville, but I know that he'd be happy to hear that. You feel good sending them over there? And how rewarding is it for you to see some of those kids that you coach now playing for him and contributing?
It feels really good. The first team that I had is now over as sophomores, and so he has told me multiple times this year how much it has helped his whole program. And the thing I'm most proud of is last year, every girl that was on my squad as an 8th grader made the freshman team.
There you go.
And so that helps me to know that at least I've given them the foundation. They may not know everything about volleyball, but they definitely have an advantage, I think, going into that tryout. And they do a fantastic job. And you were talking about rotations earlier. The last game of the season, I'm up. I usually don't stand up. And I was actually standing up, and Maddie Harriman yells over my shoulder, "They're out of rotation."
Oh, there you
And I
go.
said, "Where are they supposed to be?" Because we rotate for our hitters. When they come to the back row, they all rotate out almost every single game. And so the person who comes in for them really has to be on their toes to know where we are. And thank goodness Maddie caught it before the referee did, and we were able to fix that.
Coach Harriman, good job. Good catch right there.
Thank you.
You know, most times kids get on the bench and, you know, you start looking at your phone. Of course, I know you don't have your phones there, but you start doing something else and wander off. Do you feel like, guys, when you're on the floor, do you feel like the bench helping you and encouraging you and working with you, and vice versa? Do you like being on the bench, or when you're on the bench, do you like helping the kids on the floor? Good deal. I know that all of you are 8th graders, and I know Amanda and Sarah play ball. That y'all play softball. Keely plays softball too. Maddie, do you play any other sports?
I play softball.
You play softball too. Do any of you play basketball? Keely plays basketball. Sarah, you gonna play basketball?
Yes, sir.
All right. Amanda, no? No? You and Maddie, y'all just gonna get ready for softball season?
Yes, sir.
All right. And has Coach O, has he been talking about getting them in track too?
Oh, I'm sure some of these girls will end up doing track before it's all said and done. There are just so many athletes at the middle school. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't even know how he puts together a track team, because they are all amazing athletes, and that's a time that they can come out and really shine individually and on the relays. So who knows, some of these girls could probably throw the shot or the discus. I mean, they're just all-around athletes. That's what I love about what volleyball brings. I've had a coach that said she was so much more aggressive once she had played volleyball, because you learn to read the ball and you learn to move on every play, and I think it just, each sport hand in hand helps the other.
I heard a coach one time say that he thought that volleyball helped basketball skills and vice versa. Keely, do you think, does it help you a lot?
It does help a lot, especially like jumping and rebounds and stuff.
I guess timing is the big thing, right?
Timing too.
How hard is that when you first started? How hard was it to time where you're catching the ball right at the apex and hitting it at the apex, Amanda? Was that pretty hard?
Oh yeah, like whenever you would, like I remember the first time I ever got a set to me, I did not know when to jump or when to hit it. I always like jacked it up in the net, so.
You know, you see, when you see in games, sometimes it looks like a kid hits it into the third row of the bleachers, you know, from an outside position, and they, you know, it looks like they're aiming for the corner and it ends up in the stands. It's just a timing issue, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Sarah, you'd been out of volleyball for a year, I guess, right? Was it hard to get that timing back, or did it come back pretty quick?
It was a little bit. It took a little time, but after a few games, came pretty natural.
All right, guys. Sarah came over from Westwood. Did y'all give her a hard time? Please tell me you did.
Yeah.
Did you really?
did.
And were they rough on you, Sarah?
A little bit.
Was they call you City Girl and that sort of stuff? Or
Yeah.
Lady Rocket and that sort of stuff? Did you think she's going to work out okay at the middle school, guys? Maddie, you think she's going to be all right?
Yes, sir.
You think you're going to let her stay? Mandy, you give her a passing? Does she? Ooh, that's not a good thing, I don't think, with this bunch. Great stuff. Now, I guess, are there kids, and this is the thing that I want to ask you, are there folks that play volleyball that you're not used to being around, either for school or any other sport? You got anybody like that you only would have seen with volleyball?
There are a couple of people, but mainly I see lots of them all day.
Okay. And Sarah, I know that this was your first chance you actually got with the volleyball team before school started. That must have really helped transitioning into school, didn't it?
Yes, sir. Because I had a lot of friends before I started.
And Amanda, you've played different sports, and of course, I think everybody knows you. It seems like, you know, oh, what about Amanda Lakai? She's all world, all this sort of stuff. Did you make friends? Do you make friends through volleyball that you wouldn't make anywhere else?
Yeah, most of the 8th grade girls, I already knew, but I made a lot of friends that were 7th graders that, like, I've been playing softball with, but I didn't really get to talk to them. But in volleyball, there's a whole lot of more communication, so I got to talk to them a little more.
All right, Manny, you said that you're not going to play softball with these girls. And, oh, no, you are playing softball with these children.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm old. I was talking to her about birthdays. I've had 50 more than her. I know that going into the spring season, are you going to miss some of those kids that don't play softball and other sports with you?
Definitely. Some of my best friends are only on volleyball, but not on softball.
All right, good deal. Coach, you got to be proud of this bunch. They've worked hard for you, haven't they?
They have. It's beyond words. I've told them multiple times throughout the season how much they deserve every win that they've earned, and they are just a great group of kids. It's just fun to be around them. If I was having a bad day and I would come into the gym before 10 minutes in, watching them just stretch and have fun, and I had somebody come into practice and they were like, "Are they always like this at practice?" And I said, "Well, why wouldn't they be?" And it's constant. Parker aggravates everyone, including me. I can't believe she didn't come today because she is such a hoot. I mean, but each of these girls brought something different, and I will truly miss every one of them.
Well, my lasting image from your team was in that preseason tournament when Elizabeth Prophet got on the serving string like forever, and she was doing the whip after every serve. And you guys were just loose as geese. And I looked at Coach Selvog, and she turned around and she just laughed and she goes, "I love this bunch."
They're unconscious out there. They play with so much heart, but at the same time, if you call a timeout and bring them over, they put it in perspective very quickly. And so it has been a wonderful year. And yes, Elizabeth, who you would not expect that out of, she's so funny, and her serving is not the most powerful and aggressive serving, but she's so consistent. And as long as we play defense, that kid would just get on a roll, and it would be so fun to watch her confidence and just the whole morale of the team pick up.
All right, we can't get you out of here without doing a fast forward, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you three pick-one questions, and then a personal question, okay? And you got to be honest with me. All right, ready to go? Coach Selvog's been through this, so we'll start with her. There's my music. All right. If you're going to watch a movie, Coach Selvog, which do you prefer, Redbox or Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix. Maddie?
Netflix.
Netflix. Amanda?
Netflix.
Red boxes are going to die, aren't they? They are going to die. All right. Cell phone use. Do you talk or text more? Coach Selvog.
It depends. So I guess I will go with text.
Text. Matt? Text, man?
Text.
Sarah?
Text.
All right. I got to ask this question. When your parents call you and then you don't answer and then they text you and you text right back, you know that makes them mad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, here we go. Which is your favorite of these two if you're having dinner tonight? Chicken or beef?
Oh, chicken.
Chicken. Maddie?
Chicken. Beef.
Beef. Beef. All right, good deal. Beef. All right. All right, personal question. What's your favorite ride at the fair, Coach Selvog?
This year was the Silver Streak. Is that?
Yeah.
I rode that with my 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And I did not know that it went forward, then stopped, and went backwards. I thought it was finished, but it turned out to be my favorite because the joy on her face and the level of her squealing will always be a memory burned into my mind.
Maddie, what's your favorite ride at the fair?
I don't really know what it's called, but it's a purple thing, and it looks like a Ferris wheel, but like it's got like cages, and they like spin around and stuff and go upside
The
down.
purple thing.
The Rocco plane.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. Amanda, how about you?
It's the newest ride, and it's just like on this big pole, and it goes upside down. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. Sarah, how about you?
I say the Nemesis 360, which is what Amanda was talking about.
Okay, there it is. Way to pick her up right there. Keely, how about you?
Yeah, the Nemesis.
360.
What she said. Exactly. guys, you've been fun all year long, and you're fun still. Congratulations on a great season, and good luck in basketball and softball. I'll see you again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dolores, congratulations, happy birthday, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break, and what we need to do is, coming up after the break, Brock Freeze, the head coach for the Coffee County Middle School football team, is here on the Coffee Coaches Show. We're live at Allied Ford Lincoln. Back live at Allied Ford Lincoln, Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. I want to send a shout out to the Special Olympic flag football team. They are in action today in Nashville. I got a text earlier this morning from Gary Gazelle, and just didn't have time to get him on today, but I did say that we would give him a shout out. So go get him up there. Flag football. Probably going to be a little shrickery up there. Brock Freeze joins us. Big win Tuesday night, and congratulations on that. And you improved to what, 4-1 in the conference?
Yeah.
All right. One more game to go, conference game against White County. And what that did do for you with North's loss is it put you into second place. And I got to thinking about it. It might have been better for North to win out, mightn't it?
Probably so.
It's because it's a three-way tie right now, and we don't know all the tiebreakers yet, but they've got games to play, so it's far from over.
Yeah.
But it'll still be interesting, and you just got to take care of what's on your plate, right?
We control what we can control. That's all we're going to worry about.
You brought in Blanton Brown with you. Blanton, welcome in.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. You missed some time. You're quarterback this year. You missed some time this year with the concussion issue, and are you back healthy and ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Now you were back 2 weeks ago. I guess was your first time back. Did you? I mean, other than the fact that you missed some time, did it take you any time to get ready? Did you feel like you stepped right back in and was good to go as you were before the injury, or are you a little timid?
A little timid and a little out of shape.
It doesn't take long to get out of game shape, does it, Brock?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but there is a difference between being in shape and being in game shape. And, I don't care how much you run. If people don't knock you to the ground every 7 or 8 yards, it's not the same thing, is it, Blaine?
No, sir.
Now, going into this season, I don't know if did you think that you might be quarterback going into this season?
Not really.
You weren't real sure, or was it a total surprise to you that you kind of worked in at quarterback?
Well, they kind of told me at first that I was going to have to be quarterback.
Yeah?
And, after that, I was.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Takes care of that.
I'm telling you what, I'm going to tell you you're a dinosaur, and there you go. How about that? You got a strong arm. I've seen you as a catcher, and your pop times are real good and stuff. Do you think being a catcher and pitching some has helped you in throwing the ball as a quarterback?
Partially, I think so.
I mean, except with arm strength, I guess, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's a different motion and everything, and different mechanics. But when you looked at him at quarterback, Brock, what were you thinking? What were your reasonings behind him being quarterback? I know, because you don't pass the ball a lot.
And we don't pass a lot. My thinking was leadership, having a second-year guy come and step under center, and that was a big deal. Some of the playbook you already knew, because of course, he started last year as a 7th grader.
Yep.
So that was part of it, and we knew we were going to run the quarterback some too. We knew line-wise we weren't overly large, and we had to have some misdirection and run some keepers and that kind of stuff. And so, I knew, we debated because we didn't want to lose him running the ball.
Yeah.
He ran the ball really well at tailback, but we also had 2 or 3 other guys we knew we could handle tailback. So our thought process would just give us it would just make, I think, a more dynamic offense to have that extra option. You got 4 backs that can carry the ball. It's hard as a defense to plan for that.
Big win Tuesday night over Warren County. What did I say? 6 touchdowns. None of them, all of them were 50 yards or greater.
Yeah.
So big plays were huge in that game.
I didn't see that coming, but that worked out. So we're proud of it.
Blanton, you when you hand the ball off and these guys get to the edge or break through the line like Brandon did one time, and you see this huge hole, what do you think? Time for extra point, or did you know they were going to score all on the handoff?
Go ahead and start jogging down the field.
Here we're going for 2, guys, right? And you got a few 2-point plays. I've been ragging on you all
I
year
know,
long.
and we deserved it. We deserved it dragged on.
You hadn't done real well on 2-point conversions this season. I don't know, for whatever reason. It just seemed like that,
I think they stacked the ball, you know, defense,
Yeah,
things change, defense stacks the box, the safeties come up, the linebackers get closer to the line. So that play that, at the 50 that gets you 4 yards, at the 2, you know,
Yeah.
gets you a yard and a half. And we just need to do probably a better job of prepping for that, maybe you open up the playbook a little more, you know, I don't know.
they can't
I
run,
don't think it's a kid thing, I think it's a coach
can't
thing.
run a post route
That's right, exactly. There's only so much you can do.
at the 2.5 yard line. I think that's, for whatever reason, it just seemed like either the line didn't block as well or the back didn't hit the hole as hard or something. It just always seemed like a different thing, and I was impressed that you got some 2-point conversions in Swan County, and that helped a whole lot. Blanton, you, and I'm going just from memory here, I don't remember, you didn't have a touchdown, did you, on Tuesday night? You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, just as long as you get the win, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if, I'm gonna give you a chance here, would you think that maybe Coach Freeze needs to throw the ball more?
Well, if the run's working, then we don't need a pass.
All right, now that's unselfish.
That is, that's good.
I like that a lot.
Not the answer I expected, but that was good.
Well, I don't know if I did, that's a pretty good deal. Do you personally, do you like running for a touchdown or throwing for a touchdown more? Which kind of makes you think, yeah, a little bit better?
That's kind of hard.
I didn't mean to stump you right there.
Passing.
You would like to pass, because I know in pregame, he'll throw it 40, 45 yards easy.
Yeah, it's gotta get hard.
And I think you could probably throw the ball further than I ever could at any stage of my life. So that's pretty impressive. And a pretty ball. He throws a pretty ball.
He did. I mean, he had a really nice pass. Last game against Warren, he just dropped it. But if you hit the guy in the hands and stride, you can't do any better than that.
Yeah, you hit him in the worst place possible. You hit him in
right
the
in the
hands.
That's right.
You got to stick him in the face mask or something. That's and that was Trevor, right?
Yeah, and he's young. He's smart.
He's young, and he's a tight end, which is technically a lineman. So
That's true.
So it's. I know you guys split him out, and you got a lot of stuff going for him. 8th grade night was pretty cool. And Blanton, do you remember what your advice was to 7th graders and future football players that you said? Do you remember?
Not really.
I know somebody with a broken arm or hand said, "Don't break any bones."
Yeah, that's it.
I would have thought that would have been yours, Blanton. That your advice.
Well, can't really say anything about that. That probably is some pretty good advice.
Because I've teased you now for a couple of years about being injured all the time, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you playing basketball?
Yes, sir.
Does Coach Meeker, is he happy about that?
Well, I'm missing conditioning.
You're not gonna break a bone in basketball, are you?
I sure hurt me.
Yeah, I do too. Mama probably hopes so too. Mama, now who was more worried about your concussion? You or Mom?
Mom.
Mom, for sure. How about Mom or Dad? Mom take care of you?
Yes, sir.
Does she baby you? Do you think so? I don't think she baby. You do baby? You baby? Well, I want his hair, so whatever you do to give him that hair, I'd like to have that. That'd be pretty good stuff. Brock, you've got White County coming up Tuesday, and it's in Sparta, right?
Sparta, yeah.
I know that that's a long trip in the middle of the week, but I know that you'll have some folks there. And I'm going to be doing volleyball in Winchester, so I won't be there. But you got to get a win.
Absolutely.
And then we'll figure out, I guess, after the next week, we'll know the final standings.
We have to see it, yeah. Our rest week, or whatever you want to call it, is at the end of the season. So we actually finish a week before everyone else. So after we play, basically, just assuming we do what we have to do to win out, we actually have to kind of sit and wait. see what everybody else does.
Now, are you allowed to practice during that time?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And that's what we'll practice for. You know, we'll assume that the bowl game's gonna happen, and we'll practice for it. And we'll let the 7th grade, the JV guys, get a lot of work in too, because if nothing else, that builds them, you know, gets us a little extra for next year.
Yeah,
And
start your spring practice.
that's exactly right. So it's well within the rules. And you know, we'll see how it plays out. So we're hoping and praying that we'll get that extra game. This has been just a great group of kids to coach, period. And so I'm not done with them. I like to play one more game if we can.
Well, I thought that you lost a lot last year.
Yeah.
And
we did.
But I was really impressed with how this 8th grade bunch has stepped up.
Yeah.
And no drop off, Blanton. That's good. That's good. That I know that coming back as a starter, it'd be real easy for you to say, oh, all the people that are not here. And I think you guys have kind of. I think you're more of a kind of guy that says, hey, the people that are here can do the job. Is that the way you feel?
Yes, sir.
All right. Got to be cool to see folks like Andrew Mahaffey have a good game last night. He had an interception and a fumble recovery. I know that Horn has been playing some.
Yeah.
You planning on playing football at the high school?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's got to be encouraging that freshmen get to play.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, let's do a quick fast forward. I got time for just a quick fast forward right here, and then we'll get you out of here. All right, here we go. Which would you rather be, a pirate or a ninja? Coach Freed,
Ninja.
a ninja. Blanton, ninja. You don't want to say "arr" all the time. All right. For breakfast, which do you prefer, bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Blanton, bacon. All right.
It's just American.
Okay, okay, turn the music down just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna flip a coin right here. When I flip the coin, which do you prefer, heads or tails?
Tails.
Heads. When you go out for the pregame flip, does he tell you what to call?
No, sir.
Okay, he just tells you, we want the ball? Is that what he says? Okay. All right, personal question, what's your favorite ride at the fair? Rock Freeze.
I don't know if it's still there. I think the Himalaya. If the Himalaya is still there.
Super fast.
Is that what- That's exactly.
All right, Blanton, how about you?
Nemesis 360.
That was what the girls said too, Nemesis 360. I don't have any idea what that is. But all right, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Good luck in your game Tuesday night. Get a win, and then let's let somebody else figure it out, okay? All right, that's going to do it for us. I want to remind you that coming up at 11, go ahead and start my close. Coming up at 11, it's Under the Hood. Rick and Bubba will be on at 1 o'clock today. Braves baseball is back at 6 o'clock tonight. Noon tomorrow, the Titans host the Colts right here on Thunder Radio. Tuesday night, we've got Coffee County Central High School volleyball at Franklin County in the hometown Tuesday edition of Tuesday's thing. And the Fan Zone, Monday at 10 a.m. and Josh Peterson's sports page, Thursday at 9 a.m. For Keith Kinzer back at the station, and Will Davis here, my on-site producer, Christine Weaver. I'm Dennis Weaver. Thank you for listening to this edition of the Coffee Coaches Show live at Al White Ford Lincoln.